What if humans could breathe underwater? It happens suddenly, without warning. One morning, you wake up, take your usual shower, and realize something's off. The water running down your face feels different, not just soothing, but somehow invigorating. You breathe in, accidentally inhaling a bit of water. You panic, coughing, expecting that familiar burning sensation. But instead, nothing. Just calm. You're breathing water. At first, you think you're hallucinating. Then you check the news. It's everywhere. Every human on Earth has developed the ability to breathe underwater overnight. No explanation, no mutation, no warning. Science is confused. Religious leaders are speechless. Twitter is on fire. And then, chaos and wonder. People rush to the oceans. Beaches are flooded, not with water, but with swimmers. Mass diving becomes the hottest activity on the planet. You no longer need scuba gear, oxygen tanks, or lessons. You just dive in, take a deep breath, and go. Coral reefs become the new tourist destinations. Sunken ships are explored like never before, and someone, probably a TikToker, finds Atlantis within the first week. But while people explore, governments panic. Borders now extend underwater. Undersea real estate suddenly has value. Countries scramble to draw new maps. Who owns this trench? What about that underwater volcano? The United Nations holds emergency meetings, which ironically are now also held underwater, in high-tech domes somewhere off the coast of Norway. You decide to go on a deep dive yourself. With just a wetsuit and a waterproof phone, you swim down to what used to be unreachable depths. It's silent, peaceful, eerie. Giant squids glide past like alien ghosts. A sperm whale eyes you cautiously. Somewhere in the distance, you hear the haunting song of a blue whale, and feel it in your bones. Of course, this new world has risks. Predators that once never saw humans now see them as curious floating snacks. Sharks become more confused than aggressive, and jellyfish, well, jellyfish are just jerks. But the real danger? Pressure. Yes, you can breathe, but you're still not built for the crushing forces of the deep. These hospitals are suddenly filled with cases of deep crush syndrome, a very real and very painful reminder that lungs alone won't make you Aquaman. Still, the benefits are staggering. Fishermen no longer need boats. Kids play hide and seek in coral mazes. Cities begin building downward. That's right, underwater cities. Dubai now has a little brother called Sub-Dubai. New York opens Lower Manhattan 2.0 somewhere near the Hudson Canyon. Architects get weird. Glass domes, jellyfish-shaped homes, floating gardens rooted on seaweed farms. Humanity doesn't just survive the oceans. We begin to colonize them. But as with all things human, problems follow. Pollution is no longer someone else's issue. You swim through plastic-infested waters and can't pretend you don't see it. A single floating bottle now feels like a personal insult. Activism explodes. Environmental groups become as powerful as tech companies. The slogan, "You breathe it, you fix it," becomes a rallying cry. Economically, things flip. The fishing industry collapses. People no longer want to eat the creatures they befriend on daily dives. Oil drilling becomes nearly impossible, with activists chaining themselves to rigs underwater. Pirates? Oh yes, they're back, baby. Just in scuba suits, hacking underwater drones and hijacking sea cargo. And then comes the weird part. Biology starts to change. Doctors notice subtle shifts in newborns, wider lungs, webbed fingers, even eyelids that blink sideways. It's as if evolution decided to skip a few million years. Within decades, land dwellers and sea dwellers become actual terms. There's talk of a new species of human forming, Homo aquatica. You overhear conversations like, "My cousin moved to the Mariana Trench," or "She's dating a guy from the Mid-Atlantic Ridge." Culturally, things evolve too. Music starts incorporating whale calls. Underwater sports become Olympic events. Imagine synchronized jellyfish dodging or 3D bubble sculpting. TikTok is flooded, pun intended, with dance trends done in slow-motion currents. But then comes the dark side of breathing underwater. The war for land is over. The war for sea begins. Conflicts erupt over underwater borders, resource-rich zones, and ancient shipwrecks filled with valuable artifacts. Nations deploy submarines, not as exploration vessels, but as tanks. The sea becomes not just a frontier, but a battlefield. Some dream of peace, others prepare for dominance. And you sometimes dive just to escape it all. You sink beneath the waves, glide through forests of kelp, watch bioluminescent plankton swirl like stars, and think, was this gift meant to save us or test us? Because somewhere, deep beneath the ocean's surface, we didn't just find new life, we found a mirror, and it reflects all the beauty, sorrow,